I've got a question for you. Neither of us particularly likes MMA. No. I don't think you've ever watched...
I won't say I'm a fan, but I won't say that I dislike it.
Okay, yeah. Same as me. It's the equivalent level of AFL. It's on. I don't care about it. If I am forced to sit and watch and there's nothing else to do, I'll watch it. But it's not like I hate it. But what are some things you would do to make it so that you actually would watch? So it's like, oh, damn.
This is so easy, man. So easy.
All right,
easy.
Give me a couple.
The reason I say it's so easy is because I'm going to have to relate a lot of the things of what wrestling would do, because this is what the exact same thing.
I think we have a very similar mind in this case. So.
Because it's exactly what happened in the American and the Western world of wrestling, that beforehand, or just in the Eastern world, what happened in wrestling, just to spice it up, or in like the urban wrestling area. So what I would do is, for absolutely sure, is the number one thing to make it more exciting. I would make the cage electrified. I would electrify the cage. Not with like a lot, but enough that you'd be like, ooh, like it'd be a little bit of a shock. So that, as people are kind of like backing away, they'll just forget and they'll just go against the cage and be like, oh, dang. But it would also introduce the possibility where someone will pick someone up and like throw them into the fence and just be like, So I think not to kill them, like just enough for a couple of heart attacks.
But
like I think it'd be enough.
Wile E. Coyote sort of level.
Exactly.
Of
like
pain
funny,
and
funny type of destruction. So I think that's definitely one that would be really, really cool. The other one though, that just sort of top of my head, would be, so you're in the octagon, what can you do? I'm thinking constrained the space, but not surface area wise in the terms of how much you're walking around. No, make it so that the ceiling is halfway down, so that they have to fight, but they crouch always like halfway crouched. So they've got to be like walking like monkeys. Like, you've got to be like, oh yeah. I think that would be really interesting. Imagine swinging in those positions.
Funny as hell, yeah. Probably
So I think that would be another one. That would make it exciting. I would be like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This one though, if they did this, if Dana White or any of the other guys, I can't remember what the other Victory, I think, or Pride, all these other fighting ones are. Have you heard of Royal Rumble in wrestling?
Isn't that just where anyone can enter at any time?
Well, no. The premise is that two people start the match, and the only way to get out is to be hit over the top rope, and then a person comes into the match every minute or 2 minutes, up to 30 people. So it's a 30-man Royal Rumble. So I would say something like that. So it would be like at the beginning,
absolute brawling.
It would be absolute brawling of two people who are like the shittest of them all, like right at the bottom of the hierarchy of the rankings, and one person would enter every 2 minutes.
No, I think you'd need to have like the best people at the start.
No.
Okay,
you have the worst, because if you're the best, you should have the most chance of winning. But what it'd be is like, every 2 minutes you have someone else come in. So then you'd have 3, 4 people, 5 people. But the only way to get out would be similar. I would say cut out holes on the octagon, so in the actual like walls, and to get people out, they either tap them out or like throw them out through there. So what would be cool to see, you'd be like, you have like 7 people at once, and some people would like gang up, but as it starts getting better and better, you'd have people who are maybe more skilled at being able to tap people out and whatnot. So
no, see, I'd like it the other way, which is you have the 2 shit people right in there, and 2 good people,
the best people,
and then they get worn out, and so as more people enter in, they're getting more tired, so they can't just come in right at the end, slay everyone, and win easily. I want sort of a shit dude at the end to have a decent chance of winning, just as much as like the awesome guy who's right at the start. That'd be my thoughts.
Give me some ideas.
Okay, so I had 3 things. So theatrical characters, unexpected events, and unusual terrain. So the TC, the theatrical characters, like WWE, but clownish and funny commentators as well. I want to see real character development. I want to see props. I want to see backstories. I want to see, just extensive levels of this guy had this thing, and it was like, and then this other fella screwed his mom, and he's out for revenge, and I want there to be, and they try and do this in MMA, but like I haven't personally. If a guy had a funny cowboy hat on and was doing all of that, yeah, legit, and he got to wear the cat in the cage. Unexpected events, so you're watching Conor McGregor and Khabib. This is cool, and then out of nowhere, like 50 yoga balls just drop from the ceiling. And then they're just like having to fight in this like yoga ball mayhem. Maybe a little bit of like every second round or something, blindfold time. Put on blindfolds, go at it, and they put bells on their body or some shit. 12 skunks in the cage as well.
12 skunks.
Skunks, yeah. So just some random mayhem going on with skunks in there. Sort of like MXC. So you remember Most Extreme Challenge. Just absurd things going on. People get, Velcro on them, or there's like a rotating magnet and they have stuff on their body. So they're always getting pulled in like weird directions. So he's going for a punch and then like the magnet comes right behind him and stops his punch. And then the other guy just lifts into him and like Superman punches him. that sort of shit.
That would be pretty cool.
I would be into that.
Be up for that.
And then the last one I was thinking was just unusual terrain. So you sort of covered this. I had inside of a nuclear reactor. So you could tell them like, hey, you can touch the walls, it's okay, but for every 5 seconds you're touching it, that's a year of your life gone. So then they're going to be, there's none of this bullshit like pushing them up against the corner, or if you are, you're like pushing them and that's like serious, like, oh shit, I gotta get away from this.
You gotta fight just outside of Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Just like, and the quicker you tap them out, the less you're gonna die later.
Yeah.
Shit.
So imagine the octagon. But it doesn't have a cage around it. It's just a big like circular thing suspended between 2 hot air balloons, maybe 4 hot air balloons. So we got some stability, and then they have parachutes on. So you can either knock them out, or you can knock them off the side, and then but then there's like the danger of like, what if you like knock them out and they fall off the side? Sort of Sparta 300.
That's what happens.
Just a risk you take.